It's like a loop machine.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, but we work regardless of what's going on outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. And right now, Bickford has 138 F-Series in stock, from the best-selling F-150s to medium-duty F-650s. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
Good evening and welcome to Mike Martin Gym here on the campus of Kings High School, right here at Christa. And we certainly are happy to have you joining us for STSPN's coverage of girls high school basketball. It's the first game of a doubleheader between the Kings Knights, the host team, and the Overlake Owls as they represent the Emerald Sound Conference. I'm Mark Aucutt bringing you the play-by-play action along with Todd Elvig. We'll take a quick timeout, be back with the starting lineups right after this. Stands. One nation. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome back, and we are live here at Kings High School. Todd, how are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
This is a great setting. I've been in here once before for volleyball quite a long time ago, and I came away feeling really good from being here at Kings. Also did a high school football game about that same year, about 18 years ago, and this is just a gorgeous setting coming in here, and really been looking forward to this high school basketball doubleheader as they're going through the starting lineups right now, and let's do that as well. First of all, for the Overlake Owls, they start off with Miriam Cosmos. She is a junior guard and averages 13 points per game. After that, it will be freshman guard Sarah Gerlnick, and she starts in the second guard position. Also starting as a guard, it will be a freshman, Sarah Wickham. Starting as a freshman starter again, they've got several on this team, and that will be Isabella Leaks. And then rounding out to the starting lineup for Overlake will be a senior forward, that is Jamison Foster. So you've got Cosmos, Gerlnick, Wickham, Leaks, and Foster. And the head coach is Mike Davidson. For the Kings Knights, the home team, first of all, starting at one guard position, a 5'5" junior guard, that's Brenna Hart. Also starting as a 5'5" senior guard, Daly Peterson. Starting as a 5'9" sophomore forward, Ava Francisco. Starting as a 6-foot junior guard, Jada Wynn. And starting as a 5'7" senior forward, Addie Sears. So that is Brenna Hart, Daly Peterson, Ava Francisco, Jada Wynn, and Addie Sears. And the head coach is Dan Taylor. Assistants Rachel Jansen and Angie Reimer. The assistants for Overlake, Katie Hill, John Wiley, and Alicia Gold. The officials for this game, Dave Augustavo, Ken Jackson, and David Emmons, as Kings is out in their white uniforms. Overlake has the black uniforms and just those favorite numbers we love to see where you can't hardly see them, right? And they got the green on black with a little silhouette around them, so that actually will help us out. So they get set to go, and we'll inbound at half court to get rolling, and we are underway in the first game of this doubleheader as the defense sets up for Kings right there, and they come in with a 5-0 record in conference play, 6 overall, and that's a three-pointer on the far side. Connecting for that one, Sarah Wickham, the freshman, and they are up and running. And working it around the perimeter, Jada Wynn firing one from just outside the three-point line as Overlake will get the rebound. Cruising down court is Miriam Cosmos, and that one's going to go out of bounds. So we get off to a pretty quick start here in the first game of our doubleheader. Todd, what time did you get down here?
Well, it was supposed to be 3:30, but I took the wrong way into Kings.
Oh, you
so
did?
I wound up doing a little tour while I was on my
Oh,
way over
yeah.
here.
They recruited you for future senior living down the road if you were up top. That's for
exactly.
sure. There you go. Kings really moving the ball around nicely there, just trying to penetrate and get that ball where they get off a good shot as they worked it in a little bit close. Jada Wynn with the rebound. Soft dribble, and then the fadeaway connects as Jada Wynn's on the board, and so are the Kings Knights. It is 3-2 here in the early going. 1 minute in, Mark Aucutt along with Todd Elvig on STSPN.com, where we can blanket the world with coverage. A special thank you to all of our sponsors. There's a steal. Good job by the Knights to get a hold of that one. Win with the basketball. Quick pass over. Look at Kings moving that ball so well right from the get-go. Win gets the rebound. And Jada does an excellent job of getting positioning and directing the offense. Pretty complete player out there. There's a three-point jumper for Kings. Nailing it that time is Daley Peterson. And it is a 5-3 lead as the lead switches hands for the first time in this game here at Kings. Again, one of the big things right there, and what's very impressive and noticeable out the gate, is how well Kings moves the ball around. And, Todd, that's something we've talked about. And, in fact, the last game we did together a couple weeks ago was at Snohomish, and Snohomish is very good at moving the ball, and so is Kings. And that's where you really throw your opposition out of balance, as they're trying to see who's going to get the ball. And you really have the higher ground in positioning. Jada Wynn with the pass, and it can come off the fingertips of Daley Peterson as they work it around the perimeter. Look at that. That is a beautiful shot right there by Ava Francisco, but it was a great assist, too. Coming over that time with the pass was Daley Peterson. You don't want to forget about those good passes, and that was one of them right there. Excellent shot by Francisco. Kings putting that defensive pressure on. Cosmos drives through, and great positioning right there. The rebound. And here comes Kings out of backcourt. Jada Wynn just a little bit high and behind her that time with the pass. Kings is fun to watch.
Boy, they just move it around, don't
Gosh, that's really, really good basketball. Underneath they go, and connecting again is Ava Francisco. She leads both teams with 5 points, and if this one keeps going too much in this current direction, you're going to see a timeout called by Mike Davidson, the head coach of the Overlake Owls. Oh, that's a soft touch right there on the other end. Two-pointer for Wickham. After that big run by Kings, that was a 10-0 run by the Knights. Wynn looking around, pops it up top. Just coming off the rim. Look at Wynn. She's got 3 rebounds already. Follows up with the basket, just a junior. Jada Wynn getting it done. And a 7-point lead for Kings once again, matching their biggest. But here's a steal. That is already 4 turnovers. Look at that. Stealing and driving it all the way is Brenna Hart. Her first 2 points of the game, and so far it's 14-5, and Kings has 4 players that have scored. That's good balance, and what you see out there, Todd, is they're just not selfish. They move the ball around and get equal distribution. They play like a team.
And high energy.
Very high energy. There's a big block as Kings comes up with it again, going the other direction now. I'll slow it up just a tad. Wynn looking around. Players with the masks on still, just trying to be safe out there. Jada Wynn puts it on the floor and drives to the basket right side. And a great start for Kings. Wynn is the leading scorer. She has 6 points, and at 16-5, it is an 11-point lead. The biggest lead of the game for Kings or either team, as a timeout has been called by Overlake. We'll be back with more right after this.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Welcome back. We are live at Kings High School. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, and a brisk start for the Kings Knights. They won the first matchup between these two teams, 67-25. That was a couple of weeks ago on the 3rd, so exactly 2 weeks ago over at Overlake. But once again, Kings is really holding court. We'll throw as many royalty cliches and such into this game as I can, right? But it is really enjoyable to come here to this high school, and just a pristine campus and setup. I mean, it covers a lot of generations. Virtually every generation is covered with the assisted living they have here and such. Kings missing on a shot that time. Had an Aunt Irma that lived up here for some time.
Everybody should have an Aunt Irma.
Yes, they should. Unfortunately, the dear heart passed away not too long ago, so we'll kind of dedicate this one to Irma's memory. There's a steal and drive. Taking it in is Daly Peterson. How about that? She's got 5 points, and they just continue to pick off Overlake, out-rebounding them. And I'm going to be fair, too, of course, to Overlake. Overlake is a young team, and they had a major scorer go out, and that was Kaku Cosmos, a senior who averages 26 points a game. She was the league most valuable player as a sophomore. Into the game for Kings will be Samantha Skaggs, and also joining the lineup is Gwen Sayers.
Now, have you heard anything about playoffs for this league? Because I heard rumblings about it.
I have not picked that up. I can check at halftime and see how that looks, but, you know, they haven't been looking at carrying these an interesting time of year play out, because we're just about to the end of the school year as it is, and it won't be that long. We'll be getting going again, Todd. There's the interception picked off by Jada Wynn. Really a good ball handler, and she's had an excellent upbringing in basketball. Her parents, longtime Division I coaches. Her mom at the University of Washington with associate head coach Derek Wynn until just a few months ago, and then she was at Long Beach State with Derek before that.
You think that helps at all?
Well, it sure does as far as exposure, yeah, and playing all the time. You know, and the thing is, too, and I'm sure they asked Jada this question early on, do you want to do this? I mean, because it's, you know, some kids may say, hey, no, you know, maybe I want to play in the band. Maybe I want to do something else, be a great chest specialist like, or a surgeon, like you, Todd.
Yeah, that's right.
So the foul is going to be on Gwen Sayers. That is her first team foul. Just one up. Another steal. Look at this. Kings coming out of backcourt up by 15, 20-5. We still have 1:15 to go in the first quarter here at Kings High School. Well, the new player in, they worked it on that combination of both the new players in, Sayers and Samantha Skaggs, but they couldn't convert. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Overlake. First game of the doubleheader. We'll have the boys after this. This worked out right nice, Todd.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you can set up and have a twofer.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. Makes it better for time economically, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Jada Wynn, a little one-on-one action out there as she's picked up by Kristen Wong. Jada likes to go with a little between the legs dribble. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Wynn hits her on the wing, and that is Brenna Hart. Brenna Hart draining the three ball. And so far, Kings has hit 3 3-pointers. They're up by 18, 23-5. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. That's right. High scoring, but we pretty much anticipated this. But again, Overlake, a very young team. They have 8 freshmen on this team.
Wow.
And that's, you know, and no doubt they're going to get stronger as they go along.
Well, if they're freshmen, they're getting this kind of exposure.
That's exactly right. In the early going, she fires one. I think she got, was at the end of the quarter. I think there was a foul called right before the buzzer, and that would be 3 shots. So that's exactly the case. So that's on Sears, and that is going to be her second foul. She's got them both. Miss at the foul line. This is the first trip to the line for either team. Libby Lee is at the foul line, a freshman. There's a timeout called by Kings. We'll take a timeout too. You are watching on ES. I want to say that. Ooh, almost. Well, it's the production quality is so high. I almost wanted to say something else. STSPN.com. We'll be back with more.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Looks like we got it so far.
Here you go.
Welcome back. We are here at Kings High School, and a timeout was called, so there's still time on the clock. They have actually 7.5 seconds. The buzzer went off a little bit early just a short while ago, and so they reset it at 7.5. We're still in the first quarter, 23-5.
That wasn't the shot clock, though, was it?
No, it sounded like the quarter clock. A miss on number 2. She's going to have 3 of them. Libby Lee at the foul line. Overlake just putting the grade and number and name on there, so we had to kind of scurry about trying to find height and position. Nice, she misses the shot, gets her own rebound, but then it's stripped away from her. And now Kings into front court. Now there is the end of the quarter. Count it! Count that basket. Big time. 3-pointer. How about that? Coming through. Gwen Sears with the 3-pointer. That's now 4 players that have hit 3-pointers, and we'll be back with more right after this. 26-5 the score.
They want the shirt.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, and we work regardless of what it's doing outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. The Ford Super Duty is that truck. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. See one of Washington's largest inventories of F-Series and Super Duty trucks. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
Welcome back. We are live at Kings High School. Late afternoon contest. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, and beautiful day outside. They have the doors open. It's that nice here as we are able to look at some trees and shrubs at Mike Martin Gym here on the campus of Kings High School. Kings out to that 26-5 lead, a 21-point lead, and 5 players scoring for the Knights. Look at that drive. Wow. You know, and the thing I'm noticing too, Todd, is that they are doing an excellent job of closing. They are just finding ways. 28-5 now. And Overlake just having a tough time trying to penetrate down low. Look at this. Good shot.
Oh, yeah,
nice
there
job
you go.
by Miriam Cosmos. And Miriam has been the point guard involved in most of the action here in ball handling, so good for her coming through with a basket. The other player that scored is that one's thrown away for Kings. A couple of turnovers for Overlake. They've got 8. But the other player that scored for Overlake is Sarah Wickham. And now coming out of backcourt once again in the black uniforms will be the Overlake Owls. It's like a 2-3 up front as they pass it over on the other side. Oh, they moved the ball pretty well that time. Good hustle. Kristen Wong chasing after the ball. Here they go, working it around. Now we're seeing some good passing from Overlake. And, you know, they missed right there, but they were working so hard trying to go inside in that first quarter. And now they kind of mixed it up a little bit. Let's move the ball around like they are.
Yeah, that
Sarah Goralnik is back in, as is Sarah Wickham. So they bring in the Sarah line, like hockey.
I think that last one she got robbed. It went all the way deep
I
in that
know,
well there.
that was a tough break, tough lucker. Owls with the ball, nice drive, good penetration. She fired and just was off the mark. So here comes Kings out of backcourt. Again, finding a player over on the right side. That's Daly Peterson who's going to bring it out. And we'll look around, see what she can do. Jada Wynn not currently in the lineup. She had a big first quarter with 6 points to lead all scorers, giving her a chance to get some rest. And that's the smart thing to do so you don't wear them out. That's going to be an offensive foul called against Ava Armburster. That is her first and team foul number 3. Just got a little reach in that time. Here comes Overlake. They seem to be playing a little bit more confidence, and that's the thing. You take one quarter and say, okay, this is what happened. Let's try a little something different, come out fresh and work on some things. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Shot off the left side, no good. Strong rebound by Samantha Skaggs, the senior. Here comes Kings out of backcourt. Blasting hard over. That is a good player right there, and Daly Peterson works the pass inside. No on the first attempt, but Skaggs comes through and connects on the second attempt. So you got Wynn, the leading scorer, at 6 points, and Ava Francisco with 5. Daly Peterson with 5. Brenna Hart with 5, and Gwen Sears with 5, as well as another player out there, Durbin, with 1. Good tight defense forcing the Owls out as Kings slides over and adjusts really well. There's 1 on the shot clock. Yeah, you can see it winding down, and finally that was their undoing.
Well, they were moving it around pretty good, though.
They did, and that is, again, something we're seeing in a real improvement as they're getting an opportunity. And I think Coach Mike Davidson and his staff over there probably said, why don't you just focus on moving the ball and see if something opens up? And that's indeed what has been happening. They just got to hit those shots. You got to follow up. Kings has been doing a great job on the inside shots in closing. Going the other direction. Here they go. Fast break. Can they convert? There's a 1-on-2. Swatted out of bounds. We got 2 shots coming up. Wasn't just all ball that time as the Kings player got a piece of her. Fouls on number 1, Natalie Durbin. Her first foul. 4th team foul. Amazingly enough, the Owls don't have any team fouls.
No kidding.
They have not committed a foul, have not. Heading to the foul line with 2 shots is Kristen Wong. No points so far in the game for the freshman. And they're 0 for 4 from the foul line. Wholesale substitutions now for Kings. Brenna Hart is in. Also coming in is Addie Sears. See if they can connect on one here. There you go. Finally getting a hold of one to get it to drop in there just right. Back in also was Ava Francisco. 30-8. Biggest lead has been 23 points. Sitting at 22 right now. Overlake hit a 3-pointer to get on the scoreboard. Sarah Wickham in the first minute. So they got off to a 3-0 lead, and then Kings has outscored them 30-5 since that point. Kings went on a 10-0 run. We got 3 in the key, it looks like, called. Officials for tonight's game again, Dave Augustavo, Ken Jackson, and David Evans. Dave Augustavo is the brother of the head coach, John Augustavo, for the head coach at Blanchette High School.
No kidding.
Yeah, and in fact, John Augustavo was the coach at Overlake until a couple seasons ago. Then he took over the Blanchette position. His daughter, Michelle Augustavo, was a star player for the University of Washington and a former assistant coach for the Huskies.
Okay, you're making the world seem real small.
Well, that's why you bring me in and pay me the big bucks. I got to do my research.
That is right.
John is a great guy, as is Dave. See the family resemblance out there. But we do appreciate everybody who's been involved, as that one last touches an Owls player, but everybody who's been involved in all these sports throughout this entire pandemic, which is not over yet. We have a 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well. You are watching Kings and Overlake girls basketball here on STSPN.com. We are live here at Kings High School. That's right, bringing you a late afternoon contest between the Overlake Owls and the Kings Knights on STSPN.com. Thanks for joining us throughout the world. And we know that happens. We got any internationals that you can, international viewers that you can pick up on there, Todd?
Yeah, I should look that up.
I know we've done that in the past and said hello to our viewers in Japan and other countries. There's a steal, and then the great pass, making it look easy. Daley Peterson, now the leading scorer, has 7 points as we're at 3:24 to go in the second quarter. Kings now with their biggest lead of the game, 32-8, up to 24-point lead. They led 26-5 at the end of the first quarter. Jada Wynn's going to check back in. Also for the Owls, it'll be Isabella Leaks, the freshman. Like I said, they have 8 freshmen on the team, so there's a lot of that. But they have their top scorer out with an injury, so that makes a big difference. Wynn going to take it all the way in. Almost. Look at the fighting for the rebound. That's good. She followed up the shot well. She went into a lot of traffic that time, too. Driving down the other direction. And we got 2 shots on the way. That foul is going to go against Ava Francisco, her first. Team foul number 5 at the line with 2 shots is Isabella Leaks. Her first trip to the line there, 1 for 5 from the stripe. Now 1 for 6. That's definitely something they're going to have to start working on because, even if you made 4 or 5 of those, it looks a little bit better on the scoreboard. Both of them rim out. Here comes Kings the other way.
Free throws don't necessarily have to be a maturity thing either.
No. Traveling was called against Kings. They have now 5 turnovers, 10 for Overlake. But Overlake slowed that down here in the second quarter. And I think Kings, while they're playing hard, is also showing a little bit of mercy out there too. I can't say that they've stepped off the gas, but maybe just a hair, because they do know how to, they play hard. That's how they are drilled and instructed to do. Look at that great pass, both of them. Just Owls got there in time. But I like the way Kings continues to move the ball. Very refreshing to see that. I'm not sure you'd see that much ball passing in the NBA.
Yeah, nothing.
Maybe the WNBA because they still play a very sound fundamental game, but I'm not sure about the NBA. I will put it on from time to time, and I'll look and see how long it takes for somebody to actually play some tight defense. I'm still waiting. That one is knocked out of bounds. There's Jody Wynn. Look at the hustle, the former USC star, after that one over there to chase the ball down. Goes and gets it. Played in the 90s with the Trojans. Also was an assistant coach for the women of Troy. Into the game for Overlake will be Kristen Wong. Wong has seen a good amount of action in the game so far. 2:02 to go. Second quarter action on STSPN.com. Nearly stepped into the other side right over there into backcourt. Now crossover dribble. Cosmos. Shot clock goes off again. That is 2 shot clock violations. And the thing there, Todd, too, is that I know they want to try to work some different combinations, and it's about building up experience for these young players, but you do have to know how much time is on the clock. That is not a youth thing either. That's something you got to get drilled into your head early on as it goes out of bounds off the mist. And now here comes the Knights with a couple of substitutions. Natalie Durbin is in. Samantha Skaggs joins the lineup. The Emerald Sound League is divided into 2 divisions. You've got the Emerald Sound Chinook, which both these teams are in, and the Emerald Sound Coho. So they really cover the salmon quite well.
And these are new leagues, aren't they?
Yeah, relatively new.
Oh.
Like Kings is in this league as well, obviously, and they used to be in the Cascade Conference. Well, we finally have a foul called against the Overlake Owls. And it looks like it's on Sarah Gerlnick, her first foul, first team foul, and it took quite a while for that to happen. Miss on the shot, going the other direction now. Kings with the ball, gets the rebound. Jada Wynn wide open over on the right side, and finally ends up with the rock. Now going to drive in. Good pass. Look at that. Inside, Wynn to Francisco. Nails the basket, and Francisco's tied with Daly Peterson for most points in the game for either team. That was just superb on both ends from the pass and the basket. Foul's going to be on number 1 there. Natalie Durbin, her second foul, 16 foul. Owls make a substitution, and here we go. Now they're trying to look inside again, and Kings ends up with it. That was a good hand in there by Skaggs. Deflected to Durbin. Durbin takes it all the way in, and she has 6 points. 36-8, now a 28-point lead. So Kings won the first time by 42, and you do have the mercy rule coming up.
You doing this?
Yeah, I got to double check on that, but I think it's 40 as the ball is thrown out of bounds. So they're creeping closer to that. And that's now 13 turnovers for Overlake. I will double check on that, but I've seen it in play before. In football, it's 40, that's for sure. Jada Wynn with a shot that goes a bit short, goes out of bounds. And now the Owls will inbound. Look at all these banners in here. They've won a lot of state championships. I need to count them up. Kings is so competitive across the board in virtually everything they do. This is a great athletic and academic institution here in the Shoreline area. Almost a steal. 10 seconds now. Shot clock is dead. And the Owls need to get that sense of urgency. Fire one up. Here is Wynn with the rebound. Going the other way, crossover dribble. Fires it up herself, just a little bit off the mark. And that's going to be end of first half. Our score is Kings 36 and Overlake 8 of them. I didn't say anything.
Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
Yeah.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Bickford Ford is Western Washington's #1 Ford truck store. Northwest weather is always a challenge, and we work regardless of what it's doing outside. Your truck better do more than just come along for the ride. It needs to work as hard as you do. The Ford Super Duty is that truck. Since 1934, Bickford has been matching the best truck to the right job. See one of Washington's largest inventories of F-Series and Super Duty trucks. Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish and Bickford.net.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
At GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, we know that comfort is more than just the heating and cooling equipment we deliver. It's also the comfort our customers feel with the people they engage with in the process. For over 40 years, residents of Snohomish County have trusted GNS Heating to improve the comforts of their home. And now you can save up to $2,000 on heat pumps and air conditioners during our pre-season cooling sale. Visit gsheating.com today.
Welcome back. We are here at Kings High School. Todd, this is, as we were talking about coming in, just a great setting here. You come in and there's trees everywhere. In fact, when you drive down to the lower area where the gym is, to Mike Martin Gym, the founder of Christa Ministries, you feel like you're practically in the Mount Rainier National Park and Forest. It's just beautiful down here.
And the trails, it looks like maybe you're at summer camp.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'll take it. But the campus here is really well spread out. It's beautiful. If anybody gets an opportunity to come by Kings and look at it, and also up above on the higher part of the living area, it looks like Notre Dame up there. I mean, this place is pristine. I've always enjoyed coming here, and a little extra bonus to see the Wynn family, who will be getting a chance to view us a little bit later. They're here live, and Jada's had a strong first half with 6 points, but so has Ava Francisco with 7. Daly Peterson with 7. Gwen Sires with 5. Brenna Hart with 5. 6 for Natalie Durbin. That adds up to 36 over on the King side of the ledger. And then on the other side, not so good as far as that's concerned. 8 points. Sarah Wickham with 5. 1 for Kristen Wong. And 2 for Miriam Cosmos. But, you know, the thing is, Todd, what we saw from Overlake was that they didn't let up at all in that first half. They were trying some different combinations in the second quarter, and they'll have the ball to start the third quarter right now. And we'll see that they'll probably keep going as hard as they have because they want to keep learning and working as a very freshman-laden team to try to keep getting better so that next year, instead of having these 8 that are freshmen, they will be 8 that are sophomores, considering if they all turn out. So, you know, that in itself is growth for the program.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes there's a few years where you have to just kind of keep working, and you just know that it's coming.
Yeah, rebuilding. And the Mariners' case, that's pretty much every year.
Yeah.
They're going to get there, though, right?
That's right.
So over on the left side, the Owls with the basketball. And that one, she had a right idea, just a little bit too much on that one. as Kings gets the ball. And again, folks, just watch how well Kings moves it. I mean, it's a different complexity in the game. Jada Wynn buries the 3 ball. She's got 9 points. Had all 6 points in the first quarter, but she got a chance to get some rest in that second quarter. And we do want to mention our great, great sponsors. So many of them year in, year out. That's a takeaway going the other direction. Oh, I can't believe she missed it, but she got fouled. Daley Peterson has been money in the bank so far for Kings in this game. It's going to be a foul on Isabella Leaks, her first. That is team foul number 1. They only had 1 team foul in that first half. I'm talking about Overlake. At the foul line is Peterson, and she gets that baby to drop. This is the first trip to the line for Kings. So they got through 17 minutes and 5 seconds before they have attempted a foul shot. They had a total of 16 fouls in that first half. This one's going to rim out, goes the other direction, out of bounds. And it is going to end up in the hands of the Owls. Again, the Owls for Overlake High School are out of Redmond. A little bit of a hike from here.
Redmond, that was a game that we did in football this past odd season.
Yeah.
Got one of our highest viewerships ever.
Oh, that is fantastic. Now, did you do Overlake or did you do Redmond High School?
Redmond Wolves.
Okay.
Is it Redmond Wolves?
No, it's the Mustangs.
Mustangs.
So you did Redmond High School out of the Kinko.
Yeah.
And you got that. That is fantastic. We've had some big numbers through the years, that's for sure, but that's a whopper. And that's also the case, and I'm sure we have here too, where you get relatives and friends. I got grandmas and grandpas from all over the place.
Yep.
That's the beauty of being set up the way we are. And then you can also pick it up on the phone. There you go. Great drive. Daley Peterson now with 10 points, leads all scorers. Very smooth. Peterson is a senior, so they'll be losing her to graduation. Another takeaway. Peterson glides down court. Oh, she almost got too carefree on that basket. It's now 44-8.
She's a highlight reel in herself.
Yeah, she really is. A couple of minutes into the second half, and the Owls trying to make something work. The tough thing for them is that they've been finding each other. Jada Wynn with the pass on the outlet after getting the rebound. It's a great outlet pass. A little Bill Walton action right there going back a couple of generations. But her mom went to USC, so I got to think of a USC player. Paul Westphal, maybe. There's a mess, and that's going to go out of – no, Wynn gets it, goes the other direction. Look at that great pass. And getting a hold of it is Peterson. But it's really been a team effort for Kings. And they've made some good substitutions like that one right there. That is Samantha Skaggs up to a 30-point lead. And I also think, too, that –
is that public school math you're using that?
Yeah. Amazingly, it worked. Public school and WSU.
40-point lead.
40-point lead. I said 30. 40-point lead. Yeah, they're just romping right here. There's a kick ball. So this is definitely the biggest lead of the game. And that one's going to be set up for an out-of-bound play as we have a substitution. Kristen Wong is into the game. And now the Owls trying to get their first points of the second half. There's Wynn behind the back. Slick move right there with the pass. She finds Daley Peterson, who wisely backs out. To Wynn, they work it around the perimeter. Oh, that was a tremendous ball movement as it goes from Daley Peterson to Jada Wynn over to Brenna Hart, who buries the 3 ball. Perfectly executed and a 51-8 lead. Here's the foul.
Now, did you find out if they were going to do playoffs? Or?
I didn't have a chance. I was too busy visiting with the Wynn family.
Yeah, that's.
And I have to admit, I got caught up, and I haven't seen them for a while. Overlake will have the basketball substitution, Libby Lee. But, you know, when we get a timeout, I'm going to sneak down. I got to find out and check and see here. We do have the clock is running, so 40 points was the mercy, so they keep the clock running when it went out of bounds. That was the other thing I needed to do my homework on, but failed because I was having a quality conversation. I thought it was 40. That foul is going to be on Ava Francisco. Second foul. Team foul number 2. At the line with 2 shots is Miriam Cosmos. And they miss. So they are the team as general is 1 for 8. Both these teams in the Chinook Conference of the Emerald Sound Conference, the Chinook Division. Gets that one, 51-9. They finally score a point coming up on 5 minutes into the second half. Ball comes loose. Owls get it. They had to really fight to get out of there. A rare turnover for Kings. Now it goes the other direction. Wynn with the perfect pick. Read that like a defensive back. Miss on the shot. Again, this Kings team is so well balanced, and they've got the senior experience. That makes a big factor, but also very well coached by Dan Taylor and his staff. The other direction, Daly Peterson keeps adding to her point total. She's got 7 here in the quarter, 14 in the game. We'll have a timeout on the floor, a full timeout. It has been called by Overlake. 2:35 to go, third quarter, and it's a 53-9 lead for Kings.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
We are back live here at Kings High School, and the Owls have the ball after taking a full timeout. Mark Aucutt along with Todd Elvig on STSPN.com, and this is a game that's been dominated by Kings. They led 26-5 at the end of the first quarter and 36-8 at the end of the second quarter, and so far they've outscored the Owls 17-1 here in the third quarter. They won the first game exactly 2 weeks ago, 67-25 at Overlake. Oh, that's a tough break. She had a great look, a great release, and it just didn't drop for her. That would be Sarah Wickham. You start feeling for a team when they have shots like that, and they've had like 3 or 4 of them that have been in the cone and dropped out. That's really unfortunate. But that also, they just continue to work hard, like right there, a good hustle play over by the sideline. So do you have more coming up this week, Todd, for games?
Well,
not just high school, but anything.
Yep, tomorrow night we are doing the Wesco Championship lacrosse.
Oh.
And then Saturday we have some
really rock'em sock'em football.
Yep,
right?
that's right.
Is that the Everett Rain?
No, it used to be Everett Rain. Now
Okay.
it's the Seattle Spartans.
The Seattle Spartans. I like it. We did a couple of those games a few years ago. Kieran Mitra is into the game, sophomore for Overlake. A 44-point lead. 1 minute exactly to go in the third quarter here at Mike Martin Gym on the campus of Kings High School. We're up on the stage, and this is a fabulous vantage point.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, plus once we're done, we have to sing a cappella.
Yeah,
We have to do and then we have to do like an actual stage play. So we're not getting out of here easy. That was the fee, is that Todd and I have to do a scene from Macbeth. We have to do some Shakespeare while we're here. There's a pass inside, and that's going to be a basket by Addie Sears. That's her first 2 points of the game, and it's now 55-9. You know, really, and for some time, the score is immaterial. What is the key is that both teams get an opportunity to work on some things. And different combinations of players, too. You try to get some younger players out there. You try to run some different sets. Just, again, so they get experience. There's no substitute for in-game experience, especially since these teams have played hard throughout the entire game. We have a held ball, and it looks like a timeout has been called. We'll take one, too. This is STSPN.com, your home for high school sports.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
We are here live, and did I just see a spot for Airfield Espresso?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. The last game we did, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and it was at Snohomish, and that was just a lot of fun to do, for one thing. The first time Todd and I had a chance to work together in quite some time. But we talked about Airway Espresso and the parachute punch.
Oh.
And sure enough, we talked about it enough that they delivered one to us.
I just couldn't believe it.
Each of us.
I just
we didn't
couldn't
have
believe
to share it. They gave us each one.
Yeah, they said because
You
of
have your-
COVID,
right.
we got two
we
straws.
each got one. Otherwise, it would have been just one each, or one total. Yeah. So there's a miss, and Kings with the basketball. Just really impressed with how they've worked as a team. And again, you've got a lot of substitutions out there now. I'm checking to see. I think the entire, I want to double check, entire lineup is substitutes. Yeah. So the starting lineup getting a chance to relax and some fresh air, and they may be done for the game. The thing is that Dan Taylor doesn't want to pile it on either. You want to show good sportsmanship.
No, there's and you know that's kind of like in football. You know, there's certain coaches that are known for just keep on putting it down, and that's not sportsmanship.
Yeah, there was a game in the NCAA tournament for women a couple of years ago, and Connecticut just kept wailing on St. Francis. And, I mean, I saw the halftime score, and I follow women's basketball pretty closely. And I'm like, come on, Gino, pull up. And they just kept going. And I don't know if they were trying to set some point-scoring record, but it was ridiculous, like 150 to 40-something or whatever. And that's not good. That's not cool. Held ball. It's going the other direction as we're in the fourth quarter. 55-9 is our score. And the Owls will get it. The Kings looking real good at this point, and we're going to have the second game of the doubleheader coming up. That's scheduled at 6:30. Unless this one drags out a little bit longer, but should be about 20 minutes for the two teams to get ready to go. They usually have 20 minutes. That's a requirement.
Well, then they also have they got senior night too, so they're going to do that ahead of time. So I think they're coming out to warm up, then they're going to stop for senior night, and they're going to come back, warm up a little bit, and start the game.
And Kings the girls have another game coming up on Saturday.
They
right?
do.
Yeah.
So do the boys.
Here.
The
boys.
boys.
No, are they here? They're both here. Yes.
I don't know if they're both here.
I just got thumbs up from our Kings expert down the way.
Oh,
there,
okay.
the public address announcer.
Well, then.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
I swear. If George Carlin, the deceased George Carlin, one of my favorite comics, has a doppelganger, it's the guy doing PA for Kings. There's definitely a resemblance there. Good, strong pass, and Kings trying to make something happen here with this unit out there. They go cross-court pass. It goes off in the other direction. Owls with the basketball, and here they come. There's a gentleman, and I think when we've done a game at Stanwood before, that looks just like Baseball Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers. Handlebar, mustache, everything. They could go as twin brothers. So I don't even know what his real name is. I've seen him many times, but I just call him Raleigh, and he doesn't mind. And he's been stopped many times. Those are the guys that you go up to and ask for their autograph, and you realize it's not the player you thought it was going to be.
I don't think that was
Held ball.
yeah.
44-point lead, running clock, and that started at 40 points.
They call it a held ball, but from here it was looking like.
Thought there was a foul in there. Kings will inbound. Again, the fourth quarter is going to move very quickly like the third did once they got the 40-point mercy rule. Football and basketball each have the 40-point mercy rule. And that's just good sportsmanship, so it just doesn't.
I think
And, you know, the
baseball's
other
got a 40-point mercy rule, too.
Well, softball has the 8-run rule. And baseball can be pretty wide open, although they're trying to, if it's Major League Baseball and Commissioner Rob Manfred, he's trying to turn the game of baseball into indoor soccer. There's a shot. I don't know. Some of the rule changes, like, come on, just leave the game alone. And nothing against indoor soccer because in its own right, it's very exciting, but baseball should not be
Indoor
using all
soccer.
these different rules, you know, that have been
Well,
in
there's a
place
reason
for
you like
100
certain
years.
sports, right? You know, I'm not necessarily a baseball fan.
No.
But
I am.
that said, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You
No,
know.
exactly. But you would go for the traditional aspect of it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, less than 4 minutes to go. There's a shot by Cosmos that rims out. Now they get the board. Come on, get in there. Yeah, really rooting for the Owls at this point, too, to just get some baskets because they've continuously been able to find players. They just haven't been able to hit those shots. Kings, on the other hand, for the most part, has been getting the job done, and they got those regulars out of there right now. And that's just the way it can get in a one-sided game like this as the clock continues to run.
Well, I think we could pick a player of the game.
Yes. Wow. Boy, this is tough. Daley Peterson.
You want?
Has-
You could
got
do two of
17
them. I mean, if you want.
Can you? Let's do it.
I got a whole bag of shirts over there.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's go with Daley Peterson and Jada Wynn. Okay? I looked at Daley because she's got the 14 points. She's been excellent with the ball distribution and her defense, a real all-around game. But then Jada has been having and in her, I saw her at halftime. She said, well, I needed to work on a couple things. I said, if this is an off game, you're doing pretty darn well. And I know she's missed some shots she would have liked to have made. I get that. Now, this is where they do stop the clock. But her first quarter really set the tone for this game, as well as Daley Peterson and Ava Francisco. Between the three of them, they had 16 points, and Jada led it with 6. So let's go with Daley Peterson and also Jada Wynn as the player of the game. Now, Daley is a senior and Jada is a junior. But Jada is going to be moving to Southern California after they wrap up the season. And the Kings Knights will have the basketball. So we can get them both up here then, right?
That's correct.
We have, where's our
Well,
regular liaison,
yeah,
Sarah Elvig, to, I guess that means I'll be.
She made something up about having to study for college or something.
Okay, well, she's in her freshman year at Bellevue College, is that right? I mean, Everett Community College. Owls with the basketball. Double team. No chance there. And this one's going to rim out. Nice rebound. We got a foul. There's a reach. Yeah, that should stop the clock. Yeah, it's not stopped. Okay, so we got the foul shots coming up. That's 16 fouls. And they're just basically going to wrap it up. They kind of let that clock. I was watching that clock. It kept running. They spun off about 7 or 8 seconds. Like, wait a minute.
Well, it stopped, and then it spun off a few more, and then it stopped again.
Yeah. They were having trouble getting the parking brake to engage. Nice. It looked good from this angle. But
Boy, it did too, didn't it?
yeah, I really did. You're going, why didn't the angle was off? She was off a little bit. Again, looking out, watching the game, but you also see those little slivers of sunshine out there, which is really pretty cool. And it's a little warm in here, but not unbearable. And fortunately, Todd showered today, so
Yeah,
in pretty good shape.
That is right.
There's the
Just for you.
interception. Yeah, Miriam Cosmos takes it in. Good for her. She's really played hard throughout this game. Really has. Do you have enough for us to give her a T-shirt for the Owls player of the game? Or am I pressing the envelope too much? I should ask you that off air. I've just been impressed with, let me give her an honorable mention, because she has really played well from start to finish.
Played hard.
She's played hard. You know, I know there's certain things that they'll break down in film and everything and video, but she's really played hard. And just like that, trying to get the ball to her teammate. Coming up on a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Moving it around. There's, once again, Cosmos with the ball. Steps in, misses on the shot. Kings will get the rebound. And here they come. Look who's underneath that time. Good pass to find her from Sears. Ava Francisco. Substitution. Goralnik is back in. And look who she's replacing, Miriam Cosmos. Cosmos, again, just doing a great job from start to near finish here. She has been hustling. I'll give her the top hustle player of the game for Overlake, because she's really been working hard out there.
Well, in football, you'd say she took all the snaps.
Yes, that's a great way of playing it, or saying it. 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be what the final score is, and we will get to both the players of the game, Daly Peterson and Jada Wynn. There we go. That's going to go out of bounds. Right idea, just a little bit strong and thrown out of bounds. Boys game is coming up. Scheduled to start in about 25 minutes. And the time will run out because that is the running clock and how it works. Final score 57-15. So for the second time this season, Kings beats them by 42 points.
Oh, you better run.
First
and get
time 67-25. Let me go get our players of the game, and I'll be right back.
Your
okay?
phone. Yep.
I'll be right back.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Wow.
Welcome back. We are live here at Kings High School with our co-players of the game in a big win for Kings over Overlake 57-15 as they matched their biggest win against Overlake earlier this year, 67-25 2 weeks ago. Joining me are co-players of the game, Daly Peterson and Jada Wynn. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. You're each getting a real nice T-shirt over here.
Woohoo.
And, yeah, I mean, in the first quarter, both of you really set a nice tone as to what Kings wanted to do. And what we noticed right out the gate was great passing. Go ahead and start right off with it. I'm going to start. We'll go climb the numbers. 22 first and 24. Both great. That's my favorite number. That is Willie Mays and Ken Griffey Jr.'s number there, so you can't go wrong. So go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jada is like, she passes the best passes of the court I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Well, the first quarter, we knew we wanted to come out strong. Our team chemistry in everything, it just has grown so much over the season. And starting off the season, I know our offense in that aspect, it was fired by our defense, but I think now since season's almost over and just growing as a team, we've really discovered that moving the ball and all that stuff hypes us up more, and our transition has just been so good. And everybody is fired up by those steals and just getting those passes up the court, and now we're able to finish in our transition, so that's good.
You summed it up really well. And Jada, watching you out there playing, you love to handle the ball. You did some really good between the legs and then also crossover and then the passing. I mean, you got a very complete game. It's really fun to watch. I know I've watched you work on aspects of it at the University of Washington as your mom head coach there for 4 years, and I've watched you grow probably about 18 inches during that time. Because when you first got there,
Can
you
I
and your
get
sister.
18 more?
Yeah, well, then so you're 6 feet now. You will dominate in college basketball if that's the case. Tell us about the work you put in to get to this point, because it's impressive to watch out there.
Thank you. Well, I just think that growing up seeing my parents as coaches has really motivated me, and just the main thing that everybody on our team kind of strives for is just playing for each other. And so I think we do a really good job of getting ourselves in the gym all the time and holding each other accountable, and so I think that translates on the court.
I think that's exactly it. That's what we noticed really early on, is the unselfishness that takes place with your team. And tell us about the passing, and because the chemistry is definitely there, and you get the opposition out of balance right there. You guys work on a lot of drills with that?
Yeah, I think we set goals in the beginning of the season, and that was what our very first goal is, just to be unselfish players, because it's so much more fun when you get everybody involved, everybody scoring, the balls moving, when you have no drama issues or stuff like that translates onto the court. And I think that's what's really special about this group.
Yeah.
Now, you are a junior, but you're going to be moving here shortly, correct?
Yep, I'm moving in
so sad.
a week.
Yeah, and your mom, who I thoroughly enjoyed working with, and your dad, and all of you at the University of Washington. I know things are going to work out well as time goes along, but it's been great to have you here in the Northwest.
Yeah.
We're going to give them each a T-shirt.
Thank
I
you.
want to ask Daly one more question. What is it like to go to Kings High School? Let's talk about this beautiful place.
Oh, I love it. I was so honored to just be here and be a part of this team. Really Coach T has really grown me as a person, and just going through this program, I couldn't ask for anything better. Honestly, my teammates are my best friends. We hang out all the time, and they just have made me such a better person and made my experience at King so much better. And I couldn't ask for anything better. I love it.
That sounds great. No, I've always enjoyed coming here, and it's just gorgeous when you come in. It's, today the sun was shining and everything. So why don't you hold those T-shirts up? Are you Daly, about college? There you go. Well, that'll be on Facebook, on the official STSPN page there. What about college? Have you thought where you're going to go now?
Yeah, I'm going to Point Loma. It's in San Diego. Yep.
So you guys will be close? You're going to go to Southern California, right?
Yeah.
Jada? Okay. So will you play basketball?
No, I was going to play, look to play somewhere, but then it just didn't end up working out. But yeah, I'm just going there for school.
Okay.
I'm super excited.
What do you want to study?
I don't really know yet, but hopefully something maybe elementary education, something like that.
There you go. Jada, what about you? Now you'll go into a new environment, And have you talked to some colleges yet? I got to think somebody. You don't have to say who, but I got to think somebody's. Unless you want to, somebody's touched base with you.
Yeah, a few. I think I'll. I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, we'll see.
I know I'm a bit biased because I've watched you for several years, but I see D1 on you, and that's me. So, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you do that. That could happen. We're not. You know. I hope that you're hearing from those schools, and so I wish you both the best of luck as we're going to get rolling and get ready for the boys' game. So thanks a lot.
Woohoo.
Congratulations on the win and best of luck in the conference tournament.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
All right,
too.
we'll wrap it up for the first game, and then we're going to have the second game coming up here in about 14 minutes. So I told it's STSPN.com, STSPN.com.